not ready.
You're not ready, no?
Yeah, I can maybe later or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
So my first question is that,
then I can just make maybe an audio for you.
okay.
Yeah,
But you can explain while you're there also.
right?
I want to bring like even with similarity, people they can understand that I'm answering this question.
Okay.
So my first question is that why the people they get so long after they apply, they studying community.
Okay. Second question.
My second question is that before the people they used to get granted on asylum for new arrivals, but now why they get rejected?
Mm.
This is the second question.
And the third
The
one?
third question is that do you recommend people to go to their lawyer for their immigration cases or not?
Okay.
You understand me? And what is the best recommendation or people to do if they wanted to live in this country? Like if they want to build a new life in this country,
Mm.
what's the recommendation?
For someone who's already here,
Yeah.
or for someone who is coming here?
Now, for those people who already live in this country, but they don't have a right papers to stay in this country.
Okay. Well, in that case, they're gonna have to get papers first.
For example, like you see, some people they get maybe granted asylum for 2010 or maybe 2012 or maybe 2014. So from there until now, they never been out of this country, and they still don't have a PR or
So you-
all those things.
You mean those people who are still asylum seekers for years and years?
Yes,
They haven't been approved or rejected yet?
yes.
Okay. Okay, well, in the case of those people who've been asylum seekers for years,
Yeah.
they, according to the law, that asylum seeker permit is only supposed to be for 6 months. And within that 6 months,
Mm.
Home Affairs must give you a date for an interview. They must interview you, and then if they need to do any research or verify any facts, then that's what they must do. But everything should happen within that 6-month period. If that is not enough, like if they have backlogs and there's a lot of applications that they're dealing with, then they have to extend that one. But not for too long, because I've seen people, they are still asylum seekers, 6 years, 7 years, not refugee, still asylum seekers.
So what did you recommend those people? They must go to a lawyer, or they have to continue applying for the Home Affairs?
Look, the thing is, you can't just continue applying, but if they don't give you an appointment,
Mm.
whatever, that means that they are not treating you as per the Refugees Act. So now you have to insist on your appointment, because you have the right to have your application answered. Whether they reject your application or whether they approve your application, but they must do that in a reasonable period of time. So if they don't do that, there's a law called Promotion of Administrative Justice Act. We call it PAJA for short. So that act talks about the failure to take a decision. That act also talks about undue delays or overdue delays, long delays. You see. So that, if I remember correctly, that act is established out of Section 24 of the Constitution. So those constitutional rights there extend not only to South African citizens, but to anyone who finds themselves in the jurisdiction of South Africa. They're covered with certain, not all rights, like not to vote, for example, but that means you still have those rights, and South Africa and its government still are required to treat you according to that constitution. You understand? So I think that's also an important point. That
what is the Section 22?
24.
And what's the difference between Section 24 and Section 27?
27.
Yes.
Yeah.
Section 27 and Section 24.
Okay, now
Or
you talking now about this.
Yes.
This is that is the Refugees Act that you're referring to. I'm talking about Section 24 of the Constitution.
Okay.
Right.
So this Section 27 is for those people who already recognize it a former refugee.
Yeah, Section 27 is for someone who has applied for asylum, they've been approved, and they've lived in South Africa as a refugee for 10 years. That's the new stipulation. It used to be 5 years.
Okay.
So if they lived in South Africa for 10 years as a refugee, then they can apply for this certification.
Okay.
See, where they are then certified as refugees indefinitely. So what that means is your status is established, and you can then apply for PR. So what this means is that the standing committee sees this person as someone who cannot realistically go back to their country.
Okay.
You see, so that is why this, as we'll see on your one day, it says that this letter must be submitted with your application for permanent residence.